Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Aries equinox. And welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Hall. Today we are very excited to be speaking to everyone out there in TV lands about not just the equinox that's happening today, but the eclipse that's happening on the full moon. But before we get to that, I think we need to do a little bit of a review and talk about the general atmosphere that we're living through.
The energy that we're within.
The energy that we are in. Mike was just saying that it feels very protracted because we are dealing with this Chiron North Node conjunction with...
That happened on February 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And Chiron and North Node are still conjunct, and they still will be conjunct on the April 8th solar eclipse. So this time has been very much about like ringing the alarm bell, waking us up to this area of somewhere that has been wounded within us, that we know that we have the ability to heal. But we know it's also time to do that now, you know? So it's like theme after theme. One theme echoes the other.
Yeah.
And right now, we are in this liminal space between Pisces and Aries. We're in the last moments of Pisces.
The last hours of Pisces.
Yeah, so we will, the sun will enter Aries tonight at 9:06 p.m. Mountain Time, 11:06 Eastern
Standard Time.
Yeah, and then we're going to be in Aries.
In Aries.
In a fire season within a fiery year with a lot of growth.
It's a wood dragon year. Imagine the dragon like burning through and creating growth, and the trees are growing because it's
growing wood.
Growing wood.
To fuel the fire, to keep everything burning.
Right.
Yeah, it's a year of rapid development for everybody, but I feel like it's been like a bottleneck time where there's this pile up, and all of a sudden everything comes down the pipe.
And I'm going to say something crazy, Mike. So we've got this fire energy, and the fire is making a funeral pyre that we're going to put our Chiron wound on, and we're going to heal it.
We're
going to cremate.
On? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to cremate that pain, that spiritual pain, and we're going to release it into the atmosphere.
Sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a deal, and I think it has to do with this video.
Yes. I mean, hopefully everyone knows what we're talking about. If there is this old wound that you know is in there that maybe you haven't dealt with in a long time, but you feel ready to move forward into this next chapter, into this age of Aquarius, where we're going to need all of our abilities about us, you know, all of our capacity there. So we're going to talk about what this lunation, what this full moon means for each sign.
Yes.
Because this first full moon happens on the 25th. So this is just a few days after we enter Aries. Right away, the full moon rises in the sign of Libra. And this full moon is also an eclipse. It's a penumbral eclipse. So we will not feel it quite as sharply as the following eclipse, which will happen.
I think it's a pretty gentle eclipse, and everyone hopefully out there will have a pretty easy time with it, and it'll kind of be like a soothing release and a karmic point. It's got
every full moon brings you face to face with something that you might want to think about releasing. If you have been held back from happiness, from joy, from working to the highest of your abilities.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
So
and it highlights relationships of all types, too.
So last fall, we had a solar eclipse in Libra. And if you think back to October when that eclipse happened, I think it was the 14th, perhaps there was something we were thinking about that needed to kind of be released. That was kind of the beginning of this movement of working with the other, and karma, and friendships, and marriages, and relationships, and other people, which are a result of our karma.
Very well.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, so like deep karmic lessons. Ask yourself questions about who have you been in relationships? Who do you want to be in relationships? Who will you never be again? Basically. And let's just start with Aries. Let's talk about Aries. So for this full moon on the 25th. Aries.
This is going to be the 7th house.
Yes.
Okay. So here's
This moon
Aries.
highlights your 7th house.
Here's
your,
Libra.
Your house of partnerships, relationships. Who are you in your marriage?
Also legal affairs. Partnerships, relationships, others. It's about others and who.
It's an ego check, a balance, an ego check for you, because we're just moving into your season.
Yeah.
So it can't be all fire, all go. You need to ask, am I listening enough to my partner?
Yeah.
Am I making enough room for them? Am I living for them? And, somewhat, yeah.
I think one could find themselves like all of a sudden thrown into a public sphere where you really have to like grapple with relationships with other people, perhaps.
And perhaps this is something you've dealt with in the past that will just come up again.
Coming back up. It might be really old stuff from like 20 years ago that all of a sudden it's like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Like you've fallen into this recidivistic pattern where all of a sudden you're falling back on your heels. Well, maybe not. During this eclipse, we will not have all the information, so it's important to just kind of not overreact.
Relax.
To just relax. And to wait for all the information to be there, which might take a few weeks.
Part of an eclipse is that there's an obscuring. And there's an eclipse. There's an eclipse, like the sun and the moon are over each other.
So the information is literally obscured.
There's an occult happening here. So you're not going to find something, perhaps something that we didn't know will come up into the view and like, oh, wow, I didn't realize it like that. This situation with these other people is like this, and I didn't realize it. And now I know more.
Yeah. So just as we're bursting into this fiery season, sharpen your listening skills and your empathy and think about that your empathy. For Taurus.
Hey, Taurus.
This moon will be hitting you in the 6th house.
Right.
And that's the house of service.
That's the house of service.
So, Taurus, this may mean like a revisitation of an old profession that you used to work. Maybe getting involved with someone who you used to work for.
Yeah.
Maybe going back to do something, going back. It's all about redoing.
Going back. Being of help. Tauruses are a really stable, solid sign. A lot of people don't feel that in themselves, and maybe you can share that stability with someone and just really help them. This is a Virgo energy, so it has to do with like the details of life.
Yes.
Getting everything in your junk drawer organized and checking everything off, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and terrestrial.
And over the next month, we're going to have Jupiter and Uranus coming into closer and closer conjunction within your sign, within the sign of Taurus.
Yeah.
So this may be a sudden expansion of what you believe, what your values are, what you recognize as important to yourself, perhaps in relation to someone else that you're working with. So this idea of service, revisiting a job, revisiting old goals, this may bring you face to face with some idea about yourself that suddenly, it's like, oh my God, there's something new to do.
Oh my God, it just got bigger.
Yeah.
I just got deeper and bigger.
Like, oh my God, my work just became more important.
Wow. Gemini.
So for Gemini, this moon will hit you in your 5th house. And that is
love and fun. Children,
play, generosity, creativity, love making.
Not sex, love making.
Yes, but again, a revisitation. This could be an old lover coming back around.
New ways of love, new ways of finding joy. This is one of these sovereign houses. Is ruled by Leo. And it really has to, in my mind, the joyful king sharing and benefiting people.
Stepping into your social sovereignty. It's
a social sign. Being out there, being public, sharing, helping, congratulating, supporting, emotionally, just telling people that they're great and wonderful, and just kind of like
It could have something to do with your own child, though. It could
Yeah.
have something to do with your own, your own kids, their achievements, how you relate to them.
Yeah.
It's about relationships. How you use that relationship, how you misuse that relationship, where it could be a little more gentle. Yeah, symbiotic. So for Cancer, this moon will hit you in your 4th house. Now,
which
over
Cancer
the
rules
past,
the 4th house.
Over the past year, you've had a lot of activity in your 10th house. Your professional life has been shaken up. Stuff at work has been happening, and now it's time to return to the home space,
Right?
And to check in with that home space and find, are you still safe there? Recheck,
How are you nurturing yourself? You've been drawn out in the public. I'm a Cancer ascendant, so you've been drawn out in the public. People are talking about you. You're doing stuff. You're out in the public, but have you been nurturing yourself? Have you been spending enough time by yourself?
Have you been into those quiet spaces and protected places?
Yeah.
What about your hermit crab?
Yeah. What about your hermit
What
crab?
about your shell? Right. What about the home?
Do you have a natural shell that you're living in, or are you living in a piece of trash that you found on the beach?
Are there squatters in your home?
Yeah.
Have you checked in? Is everything okay at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but it is about deepening that nurture time.
Yeah.
Getting cozy with yourself, getting cozy with your kids, with your family.
I would also say
feeling really together.
I would also say sharing, nurturing love with your loved ones, checking in with them, making sure they've got everything they need, and all is happy. Home is not just the house; it can go with you wherever you are.
Nice, Ev.
You're welcome. I love you, Leo.
I love you. For Leo.
This is your 3rd house.
It hits you in your 3rd house. So it's communication, it's information, but it's massive downloads of creativity and
it's one-on-one, it's conversation, it's local distances,
traveling short distances within your community, establishing grassroots networking, like making a lot of new little connections.
Yeah.
It's about traveling out and talking. Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep. Talk, make new connections, stir the pot, stir the energy. It's a really fun energy.
It's a super fun energy. Yeah. And you don't know how the people out there, how the other people, so this Libra still, so we're talking about the other. You don't know how other people's days are going, and you don't know if they're having a bad day or good day or what's happening. So just sharing a smile, saying a hello, being polite.
Just being overall courteous, right.
It goes a long way.
It sure is contagious.
It sure is contagious. And I remember the people that have been kind to me much more than I remember the people that have been mean to me.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very well.
Or at least I want to.
It's about sudden movements, sudden left turns.
Yeah.
Right? And about small talk, which, it isn't my favorite thing. But this is a great time for that. So have a lot of fun with it, Leos, as I know that only you could have fun.
Get out there.
Get out there and just talk to strangers. Just talk, and use that new energy.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
Talk.
For Virgo.
Second
This
house.
energy hits you in the 2nd house.
Hey, that's money, Mike.
Yes, it's money, security, wealth, luxuries.
Personal values.
Your personal value set, the deliciousness of life. Do you know how to enjoy that? Can you live like the Taurus? Who sits on their mountain of chocolates and wine, and
everything smells nice,
smells beautiful, and it's expensive, and there's crystal, and you sniff.
It's so cozy, and lovely, and we're not worried about the details. We're just enjoying the lovely spring weather and the clouds going by, and just relax.
But Virgos, that's a challenge.
It's a challenge. It can certainly be a challenge. I know Virgos out there are real.
They're very particular.
Beautiful people. Love it.
They're very particular about everything being very correct. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is their
that
is their stability.
Superpower.
Yeah.
But this is going to be about money for you. This is a really a chance to. I'm thinking about one in particular. Maybe this is a chance to kind of really find that job you've been looking for. To really kind of realize like what you do professionally, how you're valued. Also, I think there's going to be an understanding, a deepening of how you value yourself and how other people value you. You know, what have you been doing that other people are valuing?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Libra. This will hit you in the first house because
it's about you.
Is in your house. Yes. So this is about yourself, your ego, your body, your expansion into the next chapter.
Yeah.
You know, what does that mean for you? That jump into the next chapter.
How can you be an individual in a group? How can you have an opinion about anything that's your finding balance?
Yes, and then leaving yourself open for everyone else's opinion to be valued.
And I think sometimes having the opinion that it's not just a black and white story, that it's a multi-dimensional prism.
It's tricky for Libras to constantly find that balance.
You're right.
And to understand something and then to move on to the next and then to work to understand that and to sharpen and sharpen.
Right. But if you kind of think of things as not binary, but things can be two things that seem opposing at the same time.
Yes.
And they work harmoniously.
And it's time to let go, to make room for the new.
Yeah.
To really let go of something that, some old mode, some old method that you just haven't engaged with for a long time. And to sharpen your perspective about who it is you are today, who you will never be again, and who do you want to be as we move forward.
Scorpio.
This energy. Yes, you can't jump over what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Scorpio. 12th house. Yes, this is about crystallizing old lessons, old stuff that's happened to you, to really get the lesson into your bloodstream. This energy,
subconscious,
is dreams and nightmares.
Dreams and nightmares. Scorpio.
It's a metamorphosis surrounding your own faith. So these lessons that you've learned in the last year, how do you use that information and really get that into your very bones so that you deepen the faith of your understanding of who you are today?
Yeah.
You know, this isn't so much about faith as in the religious sense. This is about faith in yourself.
Correct. Subconscious workings, kind of almost hands-off energy here, because it's going to be coming through in ways that are unexpected.
Dreams and intuition.
Dreams, intuition. Follow your intuition.
Pay attention to your dreams. Yes. Scorpio, Sagittarius, this will hit you in the 11th house. So that's your social circle, social networks, the new friends that you're engaging with, the new projects that you're picking up thanks to these new friends, these new people, friendly spaces and how you fit into them. And now I'll mention for you also Jupiter and Uranus.
Yes.
Jupiter is your planet. They will become conjunct at the end of April. And this may really exaggerate your ideas about your values and who you are in respect to these other people. So there may be some tension in dealing with these new friends, new spaces, understanding where you end and their perspective begins and where you're not going to cross the bridge.
Yes, social networks, 11th house. You guys got this. Capricorn.
Capricorn, this will hit you in the 10th house.
Hey.
So like Cancer, the last year has seen you paying a lot of attention to your home space and stuff that's happening at your home. There's been shakeups at home. Maybe you've had to move.
Yeah, maybe you sold a house. Maybe you moved and sold a house and rebought something. Maybe someone moved in with you.
And this is a callback to your public identity.
Yeah.
And everything that you get from that. And that's the juiciest part of your sign. It's all about being an overachiever, a climber, a goat who's always climbing, moving.
But also because it's other people. It's how other people really see you and
In
see
your
you
professional life.
and respect you and are like awed by you. Like, I cannot believe what you have accomplished. You know, as we're working and you got your nose to the grindstone, you can't really see what the final product is. And not only can you not see what the final product is, but you can't see the effect of your work in the future and how it affects other people. So
we reiterate patience to get all the information.
Yeah.
Which will take a while.
So this is a moment where there's almost like a light coming down on you, shining on what you've done, and you'll be able to see how other people are affected by your good work.
It's time to revel.
It's awesome. Revel in it.
Revel. Celebrate it.
Celebrate that 10th house.
Oh, Aquarius.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's me also.
Ninth house.
Oh, ninth house.
Yeah, so this is your area of higher learning and expansion, deepening your learning, a deeper development of what you already know.
Yeah. A deeper development of what we already know.
Pluto is trine to the moon. So that is helping you with this generational, this karmic lesson that's coming back around for you.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
And the belief. Okay, so we've had all this time.
So there's a lot of gravity.
There's a lot of gravity to this.
With Pluto in there too. There's like this heaviness, this weight. Can I even exist? Can I survive? Can I exist with this lesson that I have to get right? With this, being my own daddy. Can I do it?
Can the individual exist within this group dynamic? Can the individual serve the group
without flattening themselves out?
Yeah, without losing the individuality. And you never know what anyone's really thinking about you, and no one ever knows what you're thinking about them, and it's all just kind of guesswork, and it's its own particular hellscape. But believing in yourself and having faith in your achievements and knowing that we're working for the positivity of the human race, just kind of believe that, and then just let everything else fall down where it is.
It's an expansion of your faith
in the self. In the group.
For Pisces, this hits you, Pisces, in your 8th house, which is, darkness, it's sex
and
it's
death.
It's other people's money. So this could be, perhaps it's a financial curveball.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's something that you're panicking about, but don't panic. It's going to take a while, but the pieces will fall into place. There may be some darkness. There may be something to process. It could get a little scary, but the sun will come back.
Right.
This is about karmic values.
Loans, debts, but also charity. This house has a lot to do with releasing toxicity.
This is a lot about a mystery that is being released.
Right.
About something that is hidden from the light and you don't have all the information yet, but it will come out. The truth. 3 things that can never stay hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth.
But this also is about others and relationships and karma. And how you wonderful, wacky Pisces have been able to kind of work with the collective consciousness and the mysteries of dreams.
And swimming in the waters.
Swimming in the waters.
Other people's wealth. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and this may be a record scratch of a moment, but don't let it worry you too much. It will be okay. You will get all the information. You will be fine.
Yes.
Rebirth. It's about rebirth. 8th house.
Rebirth. 8th house, rebirth. The phoenix, rising from the ashes, releasing ashes, fire, releasing our pain and toxic nonsense that accumulates like detritus and just shaking it off and helping other people shake it off.
Throw it into the ocean.
Throw it into the fire.
Are we going to do some tarot?
Let's do some tarot.
Why don't we do, because the video is a bit long, why don't we do 4 cards and then we'll just have our viewers pick.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right. Just to sort of, just to do it that way.
Right. Because we already kind of went through everybody.
Yeah. I'm just going to give it a quick
Little shuffle. Okay, so we're going to pull 4 cards. Everyone out there, 1, 2, 3, 4, pick it, and we'll flip it. 1, 2,
We're
3,
trying to play along, so we're trying to not look too.
4. All right, I've already seen. So this is 4. This is 3. That's 2. And this is number 1. Okay, the world. Endings and beginnings.
End of a cycle and the beginning of a cycle.
And the beginning of a cycle. This would make sense with a Libra eclipse. The end of a relationship, the beginning of a new relationship, the end of feeling like we are not fitting in socially and beginning to accept ourselves for who we are. The end of bad karma, the beginning of good karma.
The end of dealing with this old wound that has been with us since childhood, throughout our whole life, that's all of a sudden back in our face somehow.
Right.
And we know we have to get beyond it. But this is that turning of the page to the next chapter. You know, that this is the will to change it.
The will to change. 2. Oh my gosh, the will to change.
The will to change.
Here we go, the will to change. The magician's going to change anything and everything. He is master of the universe.
Turn that poop into gold. You know?
So he's taking the energy from the celestial and he's making it terrestrial. Here's all the tools of the tarot. He is full mastery and magician.
And their wisdom goes on for infinity. 3.
Speaking about infinity, the Empress. Okay, so we're getting all big cards here. The Empress is about expansion. She is pregnant. She is the source of everything that grows in nature. She is bountiful and she wants everything to expand and fruit. So this is...
And for her love to grow.
Her love to grow.
Yeah.
This is nurturing. It's motherly.
It's potential. It's potential. You know, it's like the potential for the growth.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's that spring potential.
And finally, the Tower.
Okay, so we have all major arcana cards here.
I love these cards.
And we shuffled the heck out of this. Okay, so I love the Tower. It's got to fall apart because it wasn't built on stable ground. It seems very dramatic, and it sure is because it has to happen. Drama's really important.
Indiana, let it go.
Indiana, let it go. Let it go, Indiana.
Let it fall. The only way new growth can happen, the only way there is a potential for this, is if this first happens.
Right. Yeah. Here we go. So we got this kind of story. Sheesh. What a story. Don't fear the Reaper. Let it go.
How about just temper your fear? Yeah. There's nothing to fear when you see that card. I know it's jarring. No one likes it.
I do.
I know. We've learned how to laugh and say, you know what?
Right.
Yeah. The Tower. Yeah. Let it fall, because the foundation was built on sand. So let it fall.
It needs to be destroyed in order to be rebuilt anew and better.
Yeah. And with that, we will leave you with these cards, and our next video will be about the solar eclipse on April 8th, and we'll talk a little bit about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happening at the end of that month too. So thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. For the new subscribers and to the viewers. Thank you 100 times. Thank you.
Thank you for being patient with us. Yeah. We really appreciate it, and we totally love you. Bye-bye.